Hello everybody, GZTV back with another video. We are here to talk about the 1991 highly critically acclaimed, one of the best horror films of all time, and I can stand by that statement. Oh my goodness. I really liked this movie. We are talking about The Silence of the Lambs. The Hannibal Lecter universe starts here. I don't remember who the author of the book was, but that's who kind of created this story. Horror books back then, they just breeded a whole generation of fantastic franchises. And I wouldn't have minded if this was a standalone film, given what happened in the film. And I feel like maybe the sequels are a little bit repetitive, but still, I mean, it's a very successful franchise, to say the least. We're going to go through the plot, we're going to go through the critical reception, and all that stuff in this video. So, yeah. I told you no. Alright. In 1990, Clarice Starling is pulled from her FBI training at the Quantico, Virginia FBI Academy by Jack Crawford of the Bureau's Behavioral Science Unit. So she's assigned to talk to Hannibal Lecter and to get some clues in on who this Buffalo Bill guy is. It's a great concept for a movie and something that not a lot of filmmakers have thought about of making a film about. It's kind of cool. The fact that they keep these people in psych wards not to torture them, not because they're crazy and they can't be let out, but to maybe get some words of them about other serial killers and what their own motives were, you know? He assigned her to interview Hannibal Lecter, a former psychiatrist and incarcerated cannibalistic serial killer. I mean, obviously his killings are very messed up. People said this movie was very grotesque and very disgusting, but I didn't find it as disgusting as was advertised. It's obviously a pretty nasty movie, compared to other movies, relatively, but I don't think it made me squirm at any time. I don't know. It didn't make me really cringe that much. I mean, there were a couple scenes where it's like, oh my goodness. I mean, even some of the pictures they showed. Crawford believes Lecter's insight could prove useful in the pursuit of a psychopath serial killer nicknamed Buffalo Bill, who kills young women and removes their skin from their bodies, puts it on his face. We see that we will see later on in this film that Hannibal Lecter does the same thing. Now, Hannibal Lecter, it doesn't really attack until later on in this film. We don't see him actually killing someone but one time, and that makes it so suspenseful. It's just this calm seeming guy, talking about his killings in a cell, and it's insane. At the Baltimore State Hospital for the Criminally Insane, Dr. Frederick Chilton makes a crude pass at Starling before he escorts her to Lecter's cell. This is where he is held at, so she could talk to him. And obviously he's very strict. He's killed other people that have tried to examine him, so she needs to be careful. Although initially pleasant and courteous, Lecter grows impatient with Starling's interviewing and rebuffs her. He doesn't want to question her. He doesn't want people to come down there and question him. He just wants to find understanding. He wants to form relationships with people. Yeah. As she is leaving, a prisoner named Miggs flicks semen at her. I didn't even know that was semen at first. I thought it was just spit. Kind of fucking gross looking back on it. I don't know how they knew that was semen. That was disgusting. Okay. I didn't think that was semen. I probably would have been pretty disgusted if I had known that. Later, our Lecter, who considers this an unspeakably ugly act, calls Starling back and tells her to seek out his old patient. He's kind of starting to give her clues because he likes her, he respects her work, and she's a young one in school, so he's like, you want to learn something? Here you go. Go to one of my patients. This leads her to a storage facility where she discovers a jar containing a man's severed head, so it's assumed that Hannibal killed this patient, and it's pretty much a dead end for her. She returns to Lecter, who says the man is linked to Buffalo Bill. So we thought at first Hannibal Lecter might have killed the guy, but then Buffalo Bill could possibly be involved with this, and this could give her clues on the murder. He offers to profile Buffalo Bill on condition he be transferred away from Chilton, whom he detests. He's not a big fan of this Chilton guy. They've had bad experiences in the past, that sort of thing. Yeah, he wants to be off in a happy place. He doesn't want to be staring at brick walls all day, and that's understandable. Another Buffalo Bill victim is found with a death's head moth lodged in her throat, and that's why there's a moth on the poster cover, because Buffalo Bill has an obsession with moths, and we will see where he lives in his lair and stuff like that later on in the film. I think now we see it. Buffalo Bill abducts Catherine Martin, the daughter of a United States senator, so he's hitting close to home with the government. Crawford authorizes Starling to offer Lecter a fake deal, promising a prison transfer if he provides information that helps them capture Buffalo Bill and rescue Catherine. So, like, Crawford knows that she could probably lure him into taking this deal, given she's, like, kind of started to promise things in the first part of the film. So, yeah. Instead, Lecter demands a quid pro quo from Starling, offering clues about Buffalo Bill in exchange for personal information. She's possibly in danger if she gives off personal information to a serial killer. I don't know. That might just be me, but that's kind of my judgment of the situation. Starling tells Lecter about her father's murder when she was 10 years old, so she's kind of starting to give him some personal things, about things too personal that hit too close to home. Chilton secretly records the conversation and reveals Starling's deceit to Lecter before offering him a new deal, a different deal. So this is probably why Lecter doesn't like Chilton. Lecter agrees and is flown to Memphis, where he meets and torments Senator Martin, then gives her false information on Buffalo Bill, including that his name is Louis Friend. So I guess he doesn't want his fellow serial killer to be caught. It's kind of a weird situation here. He lies about his name. He's given this Buffalo Bill guy plenty of aliases throughout the film, and then we finally find out who he actually is later on. Starling figures out that Louis Friend is an anagram of iron sulfide, fool's gold. So Starling realizes that he has been lying this whole time. She visits Lecter, who is now imprisoned in a cell in a Tennessee courthouse, and reveals the truth. Now, the way they locked him up, you knew something was bound to happen. I mean, my God, it was like you don't put this man in bars. You have to put this man in like a glass case, to be honest. She requests the truth. Lecter says all the information she needs is contained in the Buffalo Bill case file, then insists on continuing their quid pro quo. They have like a kind of a good relationship going on, so he kind of wants to continue that. They want things to be mutual with each other. She recounts a traumatic childhood incident of hearing spring lambs being slaughtered on a relative's Montana farm, and that's kind of where the name of the film comes from, The Silence of the Lambs.